Hey guys, I'm Josh.
And I'm Billy.
And I'm Ashley.
And this is Survivor.
Well, no, this is actually the Gee Dunk. And we're going to be talking about Survivor. But hey, welcome aboard.
All right, guys, week 2 on the island.
I prepped more for this one.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah, because she's supposed to be the big super fan of all the CBS shows here.
That's right.
I don't know about that.
Okay, so this show kind of starts off with Brad. He's getting a little paranoid, and he does some covert listening ops. What'd you think of that, Billy?
That was cool, man. I like his little dive when he dove into the bush, man. Yeah.
He hears that they're going to the drinking well, and he's like the Flash,
right.
like trying to beat him.
I liked his plan. I liked his technique, but the fact that he told somebody about it.
Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah,
What's her name? Pastor chick? Not Pastor. Pastor.
Lindsay or Leslie
Leon.
He tells her he could trust her. He's like, hey, I'm going to head these guys off. I'm going to speed ahead and listen in on what's going on.
Right.
Yep.
And then I don't know what he gets out of that conversation. I mean,
well, because he thinks that him and her are cool, I guess, right?
Yeah, that's what he thinks.
He thinks so. Mm-hmm. But Brad's wrong. Howard Stern.
He's wrong because I don't know what he gets out of that.
Well, he wanted to hear if they were talking about
I know why he did it, but
yeah.
I don't know if he got really anything too juicy.
Well, they kept saying he was the only other he.
Yeah, they were definitely
because it's JD and Ricard going to get some water, and normally when two people go get water, they're talking strategy.
Right, exactly.
So he races ahead, he lays down, and he's like, you don't want to look directly at him because they can feel it.
Yeah.
So
he's like, I'm a hunter. I'm a hunter. When I'm hunting my prey, I know if I look them directly in the eye, they can feel it. Yeah.
I can feel that stare, and so I just close my eyes and listen.
So he's looking away.
Right.
He's got his ear out there. He's listening to what they're saying. I don't think they say anything really damning. And then he races back. So it's like, hey guys, I was here the whole time.
Right. He's laying out on his little hammock there, and he's good to go, man.
Like he was taking
but
a nap.
the pastor chick, he reveals this plan to her.
Leona.
And then she talks to Ricard later on and reveals hey, FYI, Brad was listening on your guys' conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
He's like, really? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm totally, for that team, dude, I'm all about Brad right now because.
You're all about Brad?
All about Brad, man. That dude needs a freaking, I don't know, I don't like Ricard. I don't like the pastor chick right now. And
I don't mind her.
You know, I don't like her at this point because
I didn't like what she did to my boy Brad.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying, man.
Brad's
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love Brad.
Yeah,
Brad's a little crazy.
Oh, I love him.
Hey, Brad's good, man. Brad's good.
Brad's a little crazy.
Brad's fast enough to run out like a flash and dive into some bushes, hear a good conversation, then head back when nobody knew what happened.
You know, I got to tell you, there was another season where there was someone who did covert ops like that, and he won. So
there you go. There you go. You hear that,
His
Brad?
was a little more extravagant. He pre-planned that. He's like, I'm gonna have this place near the drinking area where the water, and then I'm gonna build a hole, and I'm gonna get in that. And that's what he did. But anyways, they go to the other group, and people are kind of down on this group on Nasir, but they can't start a fire. And my boy's like,
dude, Nasir is.
Let me show you something.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, when you find out dude's from Sri Lanka, a little small town.
He's like, I kind of grew up in a very similar situation.
Yeah, exactly.
I played Survivor.
We didn't have running water and electricity. I'll show you how to make a fire.
Let me show you how this is done.
Yeah.
That dude grabs coconut and he's freaking just goes to town, man.
What I thought was funny is that they were all talking about how they kind of wanted to get rid of him. And at first they were like, well, let's learn what we can from him, and then we can get rid of him.
Let's
and
use
then
this guy. And he's too good.
He's too good. He knows too much that we can't learn. We're unteachable. We'll keep him.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about Nasir in the first episode, but I like him now, dude. I'm like, man, that dude is freaking, I like Nasir.
Who was it? Sean that was trying to start the fire, and Nasir's like, step aside.
Deshaun was,
Deshaun, yeah. Now, I like Deshaun too, man. He's a good dude. I like Deshaun, and I like his honesty, man. He's been a pretty honest guy so far.
And he's a doctor, I guess. They don't really say what kind of doctor.
I think
he's a med student.
He's a med student. Yeah, he's not a doctor yet, but
he's getting there though.
Yeah, they do a little featurette kind of thing on him about how he wasn't a smart kid growing up or whatever. So he's like,
that's kind of cool. I'm like, that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly, man.
And it cuts to Xavier, and he's talking to
Xavier.
Xandar.
Wrong show, people. Xander. I was like,
the other X Factor.
That's our boy Xavier who just won $750,000.
Xander. He's with that other woman, and then they split up. I don't know her name. Was Leslie? What was her name? That could be wrong.
You know what, man? I don't care because I hate that team, man. I freaking hate that team.
I like Xander.
Dude, no. I like Xander. But the women on that team are morons, dude.
Evie, is that who you're
We'll
thinking
get to that.
Evie.
No, it's
Evie.
the other one.
Evie. No, Evie, Tiffany, and then there were two other women. Evie, Tiffany.
I think it was Leslie, but I could be completely
Yeah, I think
off.
you're right. I think it's
Maybe
Leslie.
But anyways,
That's
they
maybe that's
split up and
Leona.
go opposite directions to because they're like, "Where are the other team members?" And they're like, "Let's go look for him." He's like, "I'm looking for an idol instead."
Right, yeah.
And
Which
then,
he seems to be the only one looking at this
Right.
point.
well, he finds the advantage that Jeff mentions in the beginning of the show and shows you that where he planted, and he finds that. But this one has a little bit of a twist to it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, CBS people, they're gamblers at this point. I
Right.
mean,
Oh,
they're putting a
absolutely.
gamble on everything.
Absolutely.
So.
No doubt about
So
it.
do you want to describe?
Sure,
this one?
I can
Okay,
describe
take
it
a crack at it.
because I did my research. I know what it is.
Okay.
All right. So the idol in past seasons, like the idol, you have the idol, you can pocket that and hold it and play it at a tribal council. But this time, the idol doesn't get activated unless all 3 idols are found at each camp. And the way they can figure out that it's activated is they each have a different phrase they have to say.
Right, catchphrase.
A catchphrase or some kind of riddle or rhyme or something that they have to say at
Challenge and
the
password
immunity
kind
challenge.
of a deal.
Exactly. So therefore, nobody else really knows that's what's going on, but like the other person with that idol knows, okay,
Right,
Dave
but-
said it, so we know how that's all clued
But
in.
there's more to it
But
this
there
time
is more
around
to
too.
it.
There's a twist.
One of the things before you get to that, yeah, nobody knows what's going on, but they're also like, what the hell is this guy talking about? It's pretty weird for him to say something like that, right?
So the twist is, so it doesn't, so you can't
It says
use
beware.
Can I
Yeah.
finish?
Oh Jesus!
Jeez.
I'm trying to help you out.
I got this.
We'll see.
She's got it. Let's do
Got
it.
it.
Go ahead, Ashley.
All right, so
with
that's
you.
the twist, that it can't be used unless the other 2 are activated. Until the other 2 are activated, he doesn't get a vote.
Yeah, his vote's out. But
But
on
it
the
does
flip
say
side-
beware, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Should I read this? Put it back?
Right.
What should I do?"
Well,
here?"
but on the flip side, though, he does have that extra vote, right? So he still has that
Well, I
extra vote.
don't think
in
he
his
can
back
use
pocket,
that
too.
either.
What? I
Yeah,
don't know, man.
that's not really clear.
Yeah, it's not clear yet. If he
He's
can or
like,
not,
"Time
right?
out, Jeff. What's the stipulation
Right.
here?"
Like, Jeff, my
not
man, come
really
here, come here. Let me wrap that you real quick. Tell me what's going on with this.
But let me tell you where he went wrong on this. Is he told
yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Well, he told his boy Voce,
Yeah.
which is his last name. His name's David. I don't know why they're not calling him David, making it complicated for people like
Right.
us trying to figure out who's who.
And he tells Eni too, or Ellie, or
Evie.
Evie, yeah.
But Evie is playing both sides.
Uh-huh.
So Evie, I mean, they believe they're in like this trio.
Yep.
And then there's Tiffany and the other girl. I can't remember. her
Tiffany,
name. I do have it on my notes if I pulled out my phone. But anyhow.
nah, nobody cares about me.
So, jeez. Evie plays both sides. So Evie takes this information and tells the other 2 girls, and she's wanting a girl alliance. So
Well, they all
therefore,
are.
her loyalty is actually not with.
Voce and
Voce.
Xander.
But
Xander.
he needed them because he doesn't have a vote. So this
Right.
was not a bad plan for him.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely needs people to help him out on this, like I say, 'cause he doesn't have a vote. So at this point, he's got to tell somebody.
But he tells every detail about it. So therefore, she tells them.
Well, he let
look,
them read it. He just gave it to him. So
yeah,
hey, read this.
and then so we'll get into how that plays out later. But yeah, so she tells the other 2 that, hey, he doesn't have a vote. One, and it's not he can't use the veto until it's activated. And then so she knows the phrases. So she knows when she's at that veto meeting. And again, especially if there's like some kind of swap at some point in time, she knows the phrases to listen for.
right,
But
exactly.
he tells Voce, he tells Evie. Evie runs to the girls
Right,
and
it
tells
spills
them.
her
So
guts.
kind of everyone on this team
what
knows
I
what's
just
up
said.
at this
Yeah,
point.
that's what
Yeah,
I
I'm
actually
breaking
said.
it down for you.
It's what I just
All right,
said.
so after that happens, next we have, yeah, what's next, Josh?
Well, they have the competition,
There you go.
right? And then Xander says, "Man, I was so tired and delusional." And then he says like the phrase,
That I
right?
thought butterflies were just your dead relatives coming to visit you.
And it's like crickets.
Delusional, thinking that I truly believe that butterflies are just dead relatives saying hi.
Yeah, and they're like, and just like, well, that was awkward, but whatever.
Nobody else says anything.
But I tell you what, man, that was pretty freaking smooth of him to put it that way, right?
I thought he did a
He's
good
like,
job
dude,
with that.
like having no sleep, not having our Flynn, I'm exhausted, and it just makes me think this. And I was like, that's pretty freaking sly, man.
Yeah.
I like how
It
he
was
did that.
kind of funny, and Tiffany keeps picking up on butterflies are purple or whatever. But
Right.
but they have this competition. Do you want to break that down?
Nah, but
All right, so
I can tell you what went wrong.
oh, dude, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, all right, so you're breaking down to this. Well, first of all, the two teams that had 6 people left had to sit one person out, right? So it was 5-on-5.
Which actually is very confused by that.
Yeah, I thought those were too.
I did the math backwards. Is all
Well,
I'm
well, the
saying.
thing is, if you lose a player, guess what? Then you should just be down and out, right? But
No, that's how they always.
Well, it'd make it worse for the team who has
like I said, well, in
too
this,
many
in
people.
this situation,
And you
that's
can
true.
sit
That's
a
true.
weak player down, so it's actually
Yeah,
an
it can work
advantage.
But you
that's
can't
it,
sit
yeah.
the same player down 2 competitions in a row.
I tell you what, the yellow team should have thought about sitting down your freaking player.
Well, you can't, but
They probably would have done better.
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So they have this thing. You gotta jump in the water, swim, and then you gotta go across a balance beam, and then retrieve a key, and then get to the other side, and then wait for the rest of your team to do that.
No,
as well.
you got it wrong, man. So,
You got to walk through a net
the first
thing.
Well-
person has to jump through the water and swim, retrieve the key. Then the next people got to go over the balance beam and all that crap, right? So only
The
one.
first person didn't have to go through all the obstacles?
No, they had to swim all the way through, go down, get the key, come back
I
up,
was paying
and then go across. Yeah, the first person to go through obstacles, they had to swim all the way, go down and yank the key off underwater, and then get up. And then all the other people had to go to the obstacles.
Well, they probably should have let Tiffany do that first
They
part.
totally should have.
So everyone does this, and one person is struggling more so than other people.
Her name is Tiffany.
She's freaking horrible.
I mean,
Horrible.
I don't know what her strategy is because she's trying to walk across the beam, constantly falls off. It looks like at some point she's just jumping
And
off.
she's watching everybody else inch across. Like,
yeah, other
you know,
people are
They
like
mentioned-
down,
Right.
scooching
Yeah.
across. But
But she's like, no, I'm going to try to walk across this thing. And she just screwed her team horribly.
she's trying to stand up and get across this thing.
Dude, she screwed her team really bad. Well, and I tell you what really irritated me so much about her after that. You know,
I'm sorry.
we're waiting on you, Ashley. We're waiting on you. Now Josh has got the giggles. Oh, my goodness. See, guys, this is fun.
We're falling apart here. All right, so she's trying to she's trying to stand up and walk across this thing. Everyone else is scooching.
Yeah, all scooching. That's like a new dance move, man. A
Yeah,
scooch.
and she takes forever to figure this strategy out, even though
Oh,
other
dude.
people are seeing this being
No,
successful.
no. They were talking about it. They talked about it after because she said she was getting like chafing on her legs, and I could see that when I was watching everybody else scooch.
I tell you
I
what.
thought that's gonna like rub on the inside of their legs. It's gonna be uncomfortable.
Too
And
bad.
Well, guess what?
what?
She eventually gets across.
But she
she
did-
does the scoot.
That's right. She does scooch. And you know what pisses me off so much about Tiffany? She was like, yeah, I might have cost my team like 2 or 3 minutes, but at the end of the
Are
day,
you kidding me?
yeah, but at the end of the day, you know, it wasn't all just on me. And it's like, what?
Yeah, she's like, that wasn't
It was
even
like
that big of a
it's like
deal.
you cost your team like 10 minutes,
And she
that
had
was
a person
all you.
behind her
Oh,
that
yeah,
still
just
needed.
waiting.
And guess
Oh, and
what?
she, like,
that
flew
chick
through
like
that.
flew
Oh, yeah.
across it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
That's what she
I
was
was like,
remember her name.
I think it,
Leslie or something.
yeah, we could be way off. But
it didn't matter, man. But I was just like, you got, and like she was so full of herself, right? Like, and I've got a good community with the girls here, so I'm not getting voted out anyway, so I'm cool. And it's like, dude, you are friggin' horrible. Like, you're a
man.
horrible. Like, I'm like, you're a horrible human being at this point.
Jesus.
I'm like,
What's happening?
right. Like, you just screwed your team horribly, and you won't even own it. Like, she didn't even own
Yeah,
it.
she didn't.
She would not
No.
own that she just.
She's like, what's the
completely
big deal
screwed her
here?
team,
No.
man.
big whoop.
But
They got to put together the puzzle.
there's
The puzzle's
people-
always at the end, and that's a chance
Yeah.
for teams
people
to catch up.
Yeah, they still didn't know, so they still lost.
Yeah. Well, and then this is why I
Well,
say
they probably would have won if it weren't for her.
right. So
Yeah, because
Or at
they
least
did,
came
they
in
did
second.
come
dude,
close
they
to second.
could have if it wasn't
Yeah.
for her, man. She screwed them so bad. Man, I was
Well, it was
just.
only like 2 minutes.
Maybe I lost a minute or 2 of time, maybe 3 minutes, but I still don't think it's going to affect my game that much.
Huh?
That's what she said.
Oh, she said, yeah. It was more like 10. She
mean,
cost her team like 10
I
minutes.
mean, I was worried that she was even going to be able to complete it because she
Right.
looked
Oh, no.
done.
And she
Yeah.
just sat there at one point. She was like sitting there
She
on the
sat.
freaking
I
log.
think she had that mental, like, do I quit here or do
Right.
I keep
She
on
should've.
going on
Yeah.
or what?
Well, I was really worried for her when she actually got across the beam and then had to jump in the water. So I was like, oh, she's going down.
Yeah,
Like-
I was worried about that too. But here's the deal: as soon as she starts scooching, she makes it across. Like
No,
it's
well-
It
obvious
was
at this
gonna
point.
hurt her legs.
Yeah. Like it did everybody else, but they made it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And
what are you
that's what
doing?
the boys say back at camp. They're like, bleed, we don't care.
Exactly.
Get
Yeah.
across.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
blue team wins, and they have the decision. They have to choose someone from their tribe and their tribe and the losing tribe
To go on a
to
trip.
go on the journey that happened in week 1.
Yeah, same journey.
So they choose. So first they choose from the losing tribe,
Right.
and they choose Evie.
Heavy, yep.
And then they choose Deshaun.
Well,
from
Deshaun
their
volunteers. He's like, hey, man, let me do it.
He's like, I will go on
He's
this.
like, I really want to do this. Let me go.
Now let's talk about this journey for a second, okay? So Evie seems kind of excited about it, and he apologizes to saying, hey, I know it probably sucks, for me to take you away from your tribe because, they're all strategizing on who's going to get, voted out at council and everything. And she's just like, no, it's okay. And then they're talking, and she just starts like telling him everything.
Beans, man. Yeah,
she tells him all about the.
She's like, let me fill you in.
Yeah.
She tells him about Xander's idol.
Yeah,
And it doesn't show like Sean fill her in on anything.
No. Because
he's just like,
she knows at this point.
Interesting.
And she knows at this point, like, her team's screwed.
Right.
And they're going to get split up. So she's like, hey, best case scenario, I get on the blue team. And then, so I'm trying to develop a good relationship with Sean right now to make sure that that happens. And then, they know I'm cool with them, right?
Now, it could be editing that we didn't see any reciprocation there, but, you would think she would be like, hey, your team's solid. You're obviously the rock star team here. Right, well, are there any fractures in your team? Anything like that? People not getting along? Who do you think your weakest link is? She doesn't try to find any of that
and then
out.
she totally hooks him up. She flat out tells him, hey, I'm going to protect my vote. So you go ahead and risk it and you can get a double vote. She's like, at this point, I have to have my vote, because what's going on in my team. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to protect my vote. So you want to risk yours, go ahead so you can get your double vote. And he's like, yeah. He's like, all right, well, thank you.
Right.
So she totally just spills the beans, hooks him up left and right, and it works out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know if that was clever editing and whether he told her anything about his group or not. But it didn't show anything like that.
Right.
And you're just kind of like, wow, okay.
It'll be interesting to see that relationship further on if they end up on the same tribe or opposite tribes. Because even if there is a split or a merge, doesn't mean that they're going to be on the same tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
And, he's going to go back and tell everybody about this. Well, maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. Did he?
It didn't show that. I don't
Yeah,
think. But anyways,
show.
while this is going on, Xander and Voce are like, look, we got to vote out Tiffany because she screwed us up in this competition.
Which seems very obvious at
Absolutely.
this point. I mean...
And then, of course, the girls are friggin' morons. Like, dude,
I couldn't believe
I was so
how the
pissed,
whole
dude.
thing played out.
I get
pissed,
the reason
man.
like that. Like, we got to get rid of Xander because he's got this thing and it's a girls' alliance. So let's get rid of Xander.
Right.
But Tiffany's like, for whatever reason,
her reasoning made no sense.
I want to get rid of Voce.
Yep.
She doesn't have a good reason. Matter of fact, the reason she's coming up with, like, I think this guy has an idol, so we need to like abandon him.
And Evie's like,
and they're like, he doesn't
know-
have an idol.
Yeah.
Right. And Evie's like, dude, I saw the whole paper. I know what his idol says. I know it's not activated, so we don't worry. And she's like, oh, we'll just be on the safe side. We need Voce out.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what are you talking about?
So then they
dude?
show like side conversations or conversations that they're having with the camera, you know what I mean? Saying, she's acting paranoid, she's going around saying crazy things, maybe we should get her out. And I was like, man, she's...
And here's the crazy thing, like, they already kind of are set on Xander, and then Tiffany is the only person trying to sway them to Voce.
Right.
And you're going to let Tiffany
the worst
sway
person
the
on your
entire
team.
Group,
Exactly.
maybe?
It was nuts, man. Yeah, the worst person on your team.
So at this point...
You're going to let freaking tell you what to do, only because, and they're all like, oh, she's like the mom character.
It has to be Voce. That's what I think.
Yeah, she's the mom character, all right, because she ain't freaking doing, she can't complete any kind of freaking competition to help you out here. So yeah, she might be might be the social person for you to hug, and love on and stuff.
No,
but she's like the older person here.
Just stop.
Where are you going?
I don't know where you start, why you thought that was appropriate to start.
It's
but
totally
I'm gonna
appropriate
stop you.
because you're not listening to me. Hear me out. She's the mom character. She's the mom character as far as here you can come tell me your problems. We can all be cool together, kumbaya. But as far as actually doing comps, no, she can't do anything. It's like, so why on earth?
And this group is kind of like, it seems like they've kind of given up on this group. And they're like, look, we're in trouble. We're losing people. So we're just looking for the merge at this point.
Right.
They're hoping for a merge.
Yeah. And if I'm Jeff, I'm like, no, you screwed yourself. I'm not gonna
one of
merge
the
you
things
guys.
too, though, Tiffany's got to know once she gets merged with a team, they're gonna boot her ass out like that. She's done. Sure, you get merged into a team, but guess what? You're out of there. Man.
I don't know,
You're
but at
horrible.
this point, you're starting to think maybe Tiffany's in trouble because the guys
she's
are
in trouble.
trying to convince
She's in
the
trouble.
other two of Tiffany, and they were sold on Xander, and now they're trying to swing it to Voce, so they have tribal council.
Right.
And then Jeff's asking the hard questions like, Tiffany, you look like you were struggling out there. You seem like an obvious target for the group.
Right.
I'm tired. We're hungry. I'm tired. That's kind of rude.
Yeah, that's what she said. I'm tired. And everybody else say, yeah, we're hungry and tired too, but we still gave it our all. It's like, you can't use it as an excuse.
It's
Like, it's
exhausting.
Survivor.
One of the most important things in surgery is that you review your error so that never happens again. And we're right now a tribe that's on life support.
And I do like the way
nap and a
Voce
meal.
broke it down because he related it to like surgery and like he's like, look, when something goes wrong, you do kind of like an after action, you figure out what went wrong, and you correct
You
the
learn
issue.
from it, exactly.
And he's kind of like, and she is the reason.
Well, and the thing is, and then Voce gives his story like, look, man, I was raised by a single mom. You know, my mom put all her, you know, her love and hard work into me to make sure that I strived and did what I had to do. And he's like, I wasn't the smartest kid, you know. And he's like, but but my mom gave me the opportunity, and I took it, and I did what I had to do to get where I'm at.
Sounds like a good mom.
You know, she was a good mom, absolutely.
go.
But she had a good mom. You know, and like even that right there just shows his determination and his hard work. Where the rest of the team should have been like, yeah, we want to keep this dude, you know, but no, they're stupid, man. That yellow team just, I was like, you know what, man, just kick them all off. I'm done with the yellow team, except Xander, man. Like, let Xander and Voce join their teams, get rid of those women because they're all morons, and be done with it.
Well, and then, Xander goes up to vote, and he gets the message, like, you can't vote. So I guess he couldn't even use, like, his other power at this point. So,
Yeah.
like, he's kind of
they
powerless.
didn't
So it's
give him
up
the
to the
option for it,
women
right?
and Voce to vote, and how does it shake out?
Third person voted out of Survivor 41. Voce. 3, that's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
They vote Voce out.
Which is kind of
Crazy.
I hate
Ridiculous,
seeing
man.
this when good players get voted
I
out
was
over
so
people
mad.
for, like, a social game that doesn't even make a whole lot of sense.
Exactly.
Well-
dude, I cannot wait till Tiffany's gone now, dude. I cannot stand
I'm
that
kinda
woman.
I was actually team Evie until that point.
Until that point, right.
Because then I'm like, this is kind of like the whole Big Brother scenario cookout. You're throwing your game away because you want the girls' alliance. She's all about the girl power.
It's all
and it's
about
like, but
girls'
that's
social
not
game.
what's best
Who cares
for
how
your
anyone
game.
plays or
And
how they
quite
act?
honestly, it would have benefited Evie so much more to stick with Voce and Xander. And
Right.
Probably.
Probably.
Because
Right.
then when they got split, at least she's somewhat competitive, right? So she could have at least, but like the way she did it, it's like, come on, dude. Like you totally
Well, they're
should've
just
stuck.
happy it's not them. So, like, if they lose again, which if the team stays together, they likely will. It's like,
Right.
Xander, you're next.
Yeah.
Right? Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that poor guy, man. Like, so
And his saving grace could be the idol, but he spilled
Yeah.
the beans, so
He did, yeah.
that can't even help him at
no,
this
it
point.
can't unless on this next episode, unless those other two teams find that idol, yeah, he's screwed, man.
It doesn't show
They don't even
anybody
look for it,
looking
right.
for him.
Well,
at
it did
this
show in the
point.
first episode blue team was looking for an idol. A couple of the guys with blue team were,
Yeah.
but other than that, yeah, it hadn't really shown much else. So
Xander's
Xander-
probably in
Step that
trouble if his team loses.
Xander
again.
is toast.
Unless
if his team loses
there
again.
is a merge.
Right.
So that's kind of a bummer. I was kind of digging David Voce, but
Yeah, I was too, man. That Voce was good, and then I was mad.
and I get like girls like they're like, hey, there's 3 of us. Let's vote these guys out. This guy can't even vote or whatever. That makes sense to me. But you're gonna listen to Tiffany and have her
The
dictate
worst person on
who
the team.
goes?
Exactly.
I mean, I like Xander, so I'm kind of happy he stayed. I like Voce too, but like,
Right.
you're gonna let her even sway how you want it to go when she was the worst
Exactly.
person?
Well,
That's crazy.
and they
to me.
also could have risked
Exactly.
the Evie and the other chick that we just are so bad with her name, but they could have like taken the chance knowing that it would be a stronger tribe to get rid of Tiffany, and it would have been the 2 men,
Yes,
2
that's what I'm
girls,
saying.
knowing that maybe
They can win something.
Xander still wouldn't have his vote next week, that the other 2 idols may not be found, so then they would still have the majority of the votes.
Right.
But I mean, that is kind of a gamble or a risk. However, then again, it wouldn't matter if you had a
Well-
competitive team that could win a competition.
Well, and the thing is too, you know at this point is if they so let's say this next episode they lose again, you know darn well Xander's using that freaking dice that he's got to try to keep himself in the game 'cause that's the only option he's gonna have to stick around, right? So it's just and it's unfortunate, man. That blue team. That
I
yellow
don't think
team
he
is
can
horrible,
do
man.
anything at this point until the other idols are found.
He's gonna have to use his little dice thing, man. So that's all I do is be able to do.
Okay, I know who I'm rooting for, though. Can we get to that?
Okay,
Tiffany.
well,
No, that was the other
Wrong
show.
show.
Wrong show. Absolutely not Tiffany on this
No.
show. Nasir.
Nasir, I did like Nasir,
Yeah.
man.
I didn't like him the first episode.
Nah, but yeah, same here.
but like his stock went up this
Oh, he
episode.
grew on you, man. He grew on you real quick in this episode. Yeah, I mean, I like me some Nasir. I still like Danny. I like Deshaun. JD, you didn't really get much out of JD.
Yeah, you
this
didn't get
episode,
much out of a
so-
lot of characters this,
Yeah, it's
this
true, yeah.
episode.
Characters?
So.
They're people. They're people. But Nasir, I mean, he's good. But he's also he's humble.
He's humble, yeah.
He's humble. He's not like you guys need me and blah blah blah. He's trying to make himself useful,
Right.
but also not be arrogant about it. So I like that.
Yeah, too, man. That blue team, I mean, they got lucky that they all got put on the same team together, man. 'Cause they just happened to, they click, man. That team clicks, and they do what they got to do, and they get it done, man.
So, Billy, first season of Survivor, what are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking I cannot stand the yellow team. I hate Tiffany's guts, and I want her out of this game. Like, she is a horrible human being.
Jeez, I mean, I don't know about all that.
Oh, dude, she is, man. Dude, I mean, is freaking
this
ego.
is not character, you know. This is a person.
As egotistical as she was, talking about how, oh, you know, it wasn't just my fault. That was completely your fault. And then, like, when even if it was my fault, guess what? I got a good team backing me up who's going to keep me around anyway. It's like, really? It's like, that's your freaking attitude? It's like, get out of here. You don't belong in this game.
She's
Go
somebody's
home.
mother.
Yeah, well, she's teaching her kids bad freaking stuff on this show. I'll tell you that much. Like, her kids are watching her mom doing this crap. They need to be like, you know, they're probably going.
I'm trying to rein him in.
Her kids are probably going.
I mean, he was on Ricard the first week, and now it's Tiffany.
Her kids are probably going to school like, that's not my mom. You know, I mean, she just set a horrible example.
This is why I could never
right
be
now.
on a reality
Horrible
TV
example.
show. It's people like him.
There's probably many reasons, but
Is it the snoring? It's the snoring.
Yeah, you keep your team awake all night, and then we get to sleep, and then they'd be saying purple butterflies or dead people coming to visit you and all that craziness.
And they kick me out of camp.
Yeah, so Tiffany, shame on you, man. I can't stand you. And yellow team, you're all making horrible mistakes. Xander, Voce, I'm sorry, man. You guys got screwed getting put on that team. Like, that's the worst thing. That's like the worst thing that could happen to you guys, and that sucks. That's how I feel about it. I don't know. How do you guys feel?
I like Nasir.
Yeah,
I'm still rooting for the
I'm
same
very
people.
positive.
Like I said, I was bummed to see Voce leave, but you know that's Survivor for you.
Yeah.
It's not all about the competition; it's about the social game too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was hoping, and they really should have attacked it more on Tiffany. And I mean, they tried, but I'm just kind of surprised about the women on that team.
Yeah, no, yeah. That yellow team, man, those women.
Well,
are
like I
just,
said, I was rooting for Evie until that point. I was like,
She totally should have stuck with her good alliance with the two guys that can actually get stuff done and help her out. You know,
She should have probably straddled both for a little bit.
yeah. But, I mean, she was kind of
and especially after Tiffany's reasonings, right? Like when she's trying to sway the vote here, like why is Evie and the other chick being like, wait a minute, you suck. Like we did better than you. Like we should be telling you who to vote for. You know, kind of like you said, but they're letting her lead the way here, and it's like, what is wrong with you girls, man? It's like, come on.
That's the part I.
You got to listen to mom.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much, that's kind of how it plays out, right? So yeah, no, that's horrible. Horrible, everybody. That's my take on it, and I'm sticking to it.
Okay. What about you?
Man. What about me?
Yeah, man. You said you're going for the same people, but I mean,
I like Brad. I like Xander.
yeah,
Brad.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I like Xander, but he didn't have a chance now at this point, really.
I mean, we didn't see a lot from a lot of people this.
No,
this
we didn't.
No.
It was the big focus was
Which,
on
since
yellow
I was
team.
paying
Exactly.
extra special attention this time, was a little disappointing because I might have to go back and rewatch the first episode.
Got to learn some people's names still,
That's right.
I guess, right?
Yeah, like what's that other female on
Which
the yellow
one?
team?
The pastor.
The pastor.
No, she's not on the yellow team.
Pastor, yeah,
Well, not the pastor. No, but the other one that's on.
We don't know her name.
yeah, Leslie or something like that. Lindsay, Leslie.
I mean, I threw that out there, but
it's
it's
an L.
probably-
I think you're right. I think it was like an L name, something like that. Right? It's not Ashley.
I got it.
No, come on.
No, we're good.
All right.
All right, everybody. Hey, that's week 2 or episode 2, I should say, of Survivor, because they gave me crap last week for saying week 2 because it's really like 3 or 4 days. And
No, it's been another week. I mean, that's how
Well,
things
for-
work.
for us,
When it happens every Wednesday, that's a week's time frame.
Well, it's our week, but it's not a
Billy
week.
still
It's not
hasn't
for
figured
them.
out how many
It's only-
days
it's
are
only
in a
a matter of
week
days
and
for
how
them,
things
right?
work.
Yeah.
So,
hey, that's what we thought about it. Hey, and I know most of you agree with me. Team Yellow sucks, right? And Tiffany's horrible. Just tell us that in the comments. You know, just tell us how horrible Tiffany is.
I'm worried
in the
about the
comics.
comments,
I'm looking
guys.
forward to hearing all about how horrible Tiffany is because I agree with you guys. She's horrible, and thank you for sharing that with us. And please click
Team
like and
Nasir.
subscribe. Yeah, Nasir's cool. All right, like and subscribe on our channel, and we will check you guys next week.
we'll see you guys.
Bye. Leona.
It's Dushan.
It is Leona. I was right.
Leona. That's what I said. I said
That's
Leona.
what I said. Hey, hold on a second. We didn't talk about drop the 4, keep the 1. What was that?
I can't even explain that to
Well,
you
do you know what
because
that
that's
means?
very basic.
Drop the 4, keep the 1?
That's basic. Like, I mean, I would say you're basic, but you don't even understand basic.
Drop the 4, keep the 1. I mean, I know what
I've
you
explained it to you 3 times.
No, you just said, like, he's done with the team.
I said this is an all new season. Like, whatever happened in the past, the rules are kind of gone. This is like starting fresh with a
Okay.
new kind of like thing on Survivor.
Okay. What's drop the 4, keep the 1? And what's the 4?
Billy,
What's the 1?
Do you get that?
Do you understand it?
Oh man, I'm writing something.
He's writing something. Like, we're talking about Survivor.
I told Chris, I'm like, yeah, bro, definitely a costume. Even if it's something simple like Jason cover all or something, man. We gotta remember something.
What does drop the 4, keep the 1 mean? Xander said, drop the 4, keep the 1. What does that mean?
It's season 41, and Jeff said, drop the 4, start with 1. What do you think that means, Billy?
Yeah.
Season 41! Drop the 4, keep the 1. I got it.
What do you mean you got it? I don't think you got it. Yeah, exactly, Billy.
Man, I really struggled with drop the 4, keep the 1.
Brand new show, Ashley.
Drop that 0, get with the hero.
It is so
No.
new. Hey, you know.
Did he even say come on in with the competition? I missed it. See,
Yeah,
it's not even that big of a deal.
It should have been something else.
We didn't even
It
notice.
would have been, well, that's the problem. I think it
Come
would
on
have
in,
been a
guys!
big, yeah, it would have been a big deal had he said it. Because you always note it when he
Come
says
on
it.
in,
He
everybody.
probably didn't say it.
fellas.
So. I think he just says, come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Water's
That's
warm.
not a good catchphrase.
Water's
anyway.
warm,
No.
Come on in,
everybody.
guys!
Oh, you know
No,
what's
but
crazy,
he
though,
said
dude? You know-
something else that I like.
Well, like, how did Tiffany get back at that point? Because she couldn't even, you know.
They had to crane her.
Yeah.
Xander's like, hop him on back.
I got you, girl. Let's go. Let's go.
She's like, I'm voting you.
Nasir.
That's why she didn't vote him out. That's why she changed her
No.
name.
She stood on him because she didn't want to straddle him because of the chafing or whatever.
Chafed her thighs. You're giving her chafing.
That's not what I
You're
said.
chafing them thighs, man.
I said the scooch.
The scooch. Gotta do the scooch.
Did we let the dog?
Welcome to Survivor. This dude just
That's how I feel sometimes.
That's how I feel sometimes.
No, that's how I
No,
feel
it's how I feel all the time.
We got our Survivor trivia guys in there.
Escalated that.
Hey guys, I'm Josh.
Yeah.
Why do you, hey guys. My name is Josh.
Hey guys, I'm Josh.
Hey guys, and you're always like off to, hey guys.
Boom.
What up, everybody? I'm Josh. Josh, just Josh.
World's greatest.
He likes stretchy pants.
Don't reveal my secrets.